Homeowners in certain states are facing foreclosures more than other states. Even though foreclosures in the country overall were down year over year, certain places in the country were suddenly seeing a surge in foreclosure filings. What is going on? Experts have been saying there's going to be a wave of foreclosures coming in this country. Now, with the sudden rise in filings in these other states, is that a sign of things to come? I'm going to talk about where these foreclosure filings are happening and what could be potentially causing the sudden rise in the foreclosure filings. So, I'm going to get into that right now. So let's get started. I'm sharing with you today data from Adam.com. You've heard me refer to this company in the past. So what they do is they're a curator of all things real estate, all real estate data, and they follow all the foreclosure filings that go on in this country. So Adam.com just came out with their mid-year report for 2024 showing what the foreclosure filings were like for the first half of this year. Now, overall, it did show that in the country, there was a decline by about 3.5% of foreclosure filings, but there were a handful of states that suddenly saw a surge in filings. According to this report, the states that had the greatest increases in foreclosure filings was South Dakota. They saw a 93% surge in foreclosure filings. North Dakota was up 86%. Kentucky was up 73%. Massachusetts saw a 46% increase, and Idaho was up 30%. Now, these are the states that saw the highest increases in filings. Now, there were a couple of states out there that have the highest foreclosure rates. Number one being New Jersey. Illinois came in second. Florida, Nevada, and South Carolina also made that list of having the highest foreclosure rates. Some other data points that Adam.com shared for the month of June, they said nationwide, June of 2024, 1 in every 5,071 properties had a foreclosure filing. 18,574 U.S. properties started the foreclosure process in June of 2024. Now, that's down 17% from the previous month. And it's actually down 22.7% from the prior June. So again, yeah, there was a decrease overall in the foreclosure filings for the first half of this year. But those states, those are pretty big numbers to see the increase. South Dakota, 93% increase in foreclosure filings. So what is going on? Well, I'm going to share with you what's going on, what I think is going on. And I have an article here that talks about this very thing. I've talked about this before. There has been the increase in homeowners insurance and property taxes, and it's making really tough for people to afford their payments, their monthly payments. Now, remember, people go into this, they go in to buy a house, and they're being told what the principal and interest are for the monthly mortgage payment. And it may seem all great and dandy. It seems pretty low. It seems reasonable. Hey, I can manage this. But once these people are in a home for a couple of years, the property taxes and insurance are skyrocketing. So it's making it more difficult for them to be able to afford to pay for the house. If you were curious to know about how many foreclosures are happening in your market, in your town, or if you're in the market to buy a foreclosed home, because that's the most affordable option for you right now, I highly recommend you check out foreclosures.com. Foreclosures.com is the most comprehensive foreclosure and distressed property website. They upload thousands of listings daily, and they range anywhere from pre-foreclosure, tax liens, and bank-owned properties. It is very simple to use. You just go in and you type in the market that you're interested in, and you click search, and it'll bring up all of the properties that are in foreclosure. Once you get in there, you can click on the view details, and it'll give you all the details of that property. It'll also tell you what the procedures are in order to buy the home. It also provides a mortgage calculator to give you an idea of exactly how much your mortgage payment would be if you were to buy this home at the price that is listed there. If you click the link down below to foreclosures.com, you can gain access to a free 7-day trial right now to check it out, to see if this is a good tool for you to use. And again, to see if there's a more affordable home out there for you, or if you want to check to see what the foreclosure activity is like in your market, I highly recommend that you use this tool. Don't forget, click the link below to get your free 7-day trial. In my research, I found that money.com talks about this very thing that I've been saying to you guys for the past few months, of this concern with the rise in insurance rates and property taxes. Now, it goes on to say here that they're finding it more so in the southern states with the rise in insurance rates. Now, it says here on money.com that in Houston, foreclosure filings in the first quarter were up 36.5% year over year. And again, this is data from Adam. And other large increases were documented in Orlando, Tampa, and Miami. It goes on to say that the higher insurance costs and the property taxes is what's contributing to these increase in foreclosure filings. So the article goes on to say that a large body of research shows that unexpected changes in monthly budgets are the big impetus for foreclosures. That could be someone becoming unemployed or having a sudden health shock. But when foreclosure filings rise sharply in a city or region, the cause is usually more systemic. We're seeing consumers experiencing rising insurance costs, and in some cases, costs notably higher than they expected when they were buying that home initially. In some of these examples, insurance prices are going up 25% year on year for a couple of years in a row. While he says researchers are still early in the process of investigating the impacts of rising home insurance costs on American households, the surge appears to be a likely culprit of the increase in foreclosures in certain cities. Beyond the South, foreclosure filings are up sharply in some California cities like San Francisco at 39.9% and Sacramento 32.1%, though home insurance is generally much cheaper out west. This year, the average insurance policy is expected to cost $11,759 in Florida, $7,809 in Louisiana, and $4,437 in Texas. It also goes on to say while California's home insurance marketplace has had its share of issues, some insurers are leaving the state due to the heightened wildfire risk. The average cost is only expected to be $1,921 in 2024. So again, the rise in insurance rates, this is what's contributing to this. It's contributing to these foreclosure filings. And what people need to understand is when you're preparing to buy a home, I've said this before, I'm like a broken record. You need to be prepared for that. You need to have money set aside to prepare yourself for that potential increase that's going to happen, because I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to happen. Now, you can continue to shop out insurance rates every year to bring that cost down, but listen, over time, it's still going to go up. And now during times where we're having all of these massive storms, the wildfires, I think these insurance rates are just going to keep going up and up and up, like totally through the roof, like literally through the roof. So we all need to be prepared for that. If you're going to be buying a home, make sure you have the money set aside to prepare for those rising costs. I just wanted to take a quick second to let you know that if you are in need of a real estate agent in your part of the country and you can't find one, click the link down below in the description box, fill out the form, and I will get back to you within 24 hours. I'm connected to tons of agents around this country, and I would be happy to help get you connected to one in your market. The good news is, yeah, foreclosure filings are down overall, but in these states, the insurance is going to continually cause more foreclosure filings. So could this happen around the rest of the country? It could. It very well could be. And this is probably what the experts are pointing to as far as you're going to see a wave of foreclosures, is because the affordability. People cannot afford to make these monthly payments after they've been in the house a couple of years because of the rise of the insurance rates. So yeah, it is pretty shocking to see some of these states see this surge in the foreclosure filings, but let's hope that trend does not spread to the rest of the country, but let's be prepared of what could potentially happen. Now, if you want to know about how the 0% mortgages could potentially affect foreclosures in the future, I have a great video about that. I highly recommend you watch it right here. Thank you so much for watching me today to get your dose of real estate reality. My name is Jackie Baker, and I will see you next time.